Hi everyone, I hope everyone is still staying safe and doing well. I just wanted to quickly explain why sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to get these videos uploaded than I would like and probably perhaps than you'd like. So basically I use my phone to film these, and I've got a faulty charger, so it takes a while to get my phone charged enough just to film this once. And then sometimes I get them filmed and then it doesn't save because there's not enough memory on the phone, so then I've got to delete everything, get it on charge for another, like, take probably 24 hours before it like charges up properly. So it takes me a while sometimes to get these ready to go and be uploaded, and then when I do upload them it takes about 12 hours, it seems, every time. I just wanted to explain that to you all just in case you were wondering. So today we're going to do shoulders. So you do need a strap, and if you don't have a yoga strap you can use a dressing gown belt, which is what this is. So yeah, so we're going to release some tension and stress in the shoulders with some chest openers, shoulder openers, and really stretch it out because I mean sometimes you sleep funny, or sometimes it's just stress and tension and it just builds up and holds up here. So we're going to try and release that with some nice stretches. So now I'm not even bothered with it, I can feel a big knot in the shoulder blade, so hopefully we can get that out and hopefully it'll help you as much as it's going to help me. So getting started, we're going to start off in a comfortable seated position. If you feel like you need a blanket to just prop yourself up on, go for it, or a cushion, or if you do have if you do have yoga blocks, don't throw them at the cat like I've just done. You can use one of those. So coming into a comfortable seated position, roll the shoulders back, sit up nice and tall, let the hands sit wherever's comfortable for you, and just close the eyes. And we're just going to take a moment to arrive on the mat, connect to the breath, slowing down the breathing, lengthening through the spine, sitting up nice and tall. Taking nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Letting go of that tension on an exhale. And just slowly bring the chin down to the chest to lengthen through the back of the neck. If you're ready, that feels really good. Hopefully it does for you. Should be a nice stretch, nice and gentle. And slowly bring the chin to the right collarbone. Hold that there. You should feel a nice deep stretch in the side of that neck there. And slowly bring the chin back down to the chest. Inhale, and an exhale, take it over to the left collarbone. And slowly bring the chin back down to the chest. Sit up nice and tall. Notice if you've bent forward slightly. Slowly bringing the head back up. And from here, we're just going to take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, and push the knuckles away from us. bringing the shoulder blades together, send the chest out and the chin back. Let's turn around in case you're not sure if you're doing it right. Interlace the fingers, push the knuckles away, send the head and the chin up. So, opening the chest. And slowly release. And we're going to come straight into a eagle arms pose. So we're going to bring the arms out in front, palms facing up, and we're going to cross the right elbow on top of the left. So make sure you've got that elbow on top, and then, so if you can, work towards bringing the backs of your hands together. If not, you can't do that, that's fine. Don't try, you know, you don't want to be here because then you're not going to get the stretch. So make sure you've got that elbow on top of that one so that you're here. So if you can't bring the hands together, that's fine if you can. Or if you can, bring the palms together and lift the elbows up, tuck the chin slightly. We're going to lengthen through the spine. Sit up nice and tall. You might start to be feeling a little bit uncomfortable in your seated position. If that's the case, then just prop yourself up on your cushion or your block or your blanket, just for a little bit of support while we're doing the shoulder stretches that are in this position. So breathe through it. You should be feeling that in the shoulder blade. Still keep those nice, slow, deep breaths. And slowly, we're going to unravel and release. Shake the shoulders out. And we're going to take that to the other side. Arms out, palms up. This side, left elbow on top of the right. And again, make sure that elbow's on top. Find that resistance. And again, if you can bring the hands back to back, go for it. Or if you can bring the palm to palm. But if not, stay here. Bringing the hands together is not what's important. So lift the elbows a little bit higher. Breathe through it. So this is a really, really good shoulder stretch. So I'm currently finding this side a little bit more uncomfortable than I did the other side, because this is the side where I've got a big knot in my shoulder blade. And that means it's working the right muscles to stretch that out. So it's uncomfortable, but I know I'm stretching the right part of my shoulders, the right muscles. Try not to hunch the shoulders up, try to keep them down. Use an exhale to roll them back and down. And slowly release, unraveling the arms. Roll the shoulders out. Okay, we're coming into the last one in this seated position. So, grabbing your strap, throw it over your right shoulder. And I'm going to turn around so that you can see what I'm doing. So, the right hand is going to come to the top of the right shoulder and grab the strap. The left hand is going to come around the back and it's also going to grab the strap. From here, I want you to walk the hands as close to each other as you can, or if you can, grab your fingers. Then you don't need the strap, but use the strap to get your hands as close to each other as you can. So, in that pose, again, sometimes try not to lean forwards too much. I mean, another version of this pose is doing the stacked knees stretch that we did in the last video. One knee on top of the other, the cross legs, stacked knees. Sitting in that position while doing this and then taking a forward fold is a little bit more if you want to take it further. That's fine, you can go ahead and do that, but for now I'm just going to stay here because we're really just working on the shoulders. We really just want to work those shoulder stretches. So sit up nice and tall, lean back slightly so you're up on top of your sit bones. Breathe through it. So this is Frankie, who's sat by my side, who has forgiven me for throwing a block at him apparently. And slowly we're going to release, bringing the hands down. Roll the shoulders out, and we're going to take that to the other side. So again, strap over the left side. Again, I'll turn around. So left hand at the top of that strap, right hand around the back this time. And again, walk the hands towards each other, or if you can grab your fingers, grab your hands, go for it. Choose your, but really try to get your fingers close to each other as you can. And again, try not to lean forwards, try to keep nice straight spine. Breathe through that stretch, really breathe into the shoulders. And slowly release. Roll the shoulders out. Remove the strap. And we're going to make our way onto all fours. So bringing the knees underneath the hips and the hands underneath the shoulders. From here, we're going to walk the knees a little bit further back. Once you've got that alignment, walk the knees a little bit further back, keeping them parallel. Hands might need to come a little bit further forward. And then we're just going to bring the chest down, coming into a puppy posture. So you should feel this in the shoulders. This should feel really good. Or it might feel a little bit tight. If you tighten the shoulders, this might feel a bit uncomfortable. But breathe into it and use the exhales to deepen that stretch. So if you're not feeling anything in the shoulders, then maybe work to bring the elbows and the chest a little bit closer, or move your knees back a little bit further, or both. And we're just going to breathe into this stretch. Take some nice slow deep breaths. And then from here, claw through the fingertips. And we're going to bring yourself up, but we're going to come all the way forwards so that you are lying on your front. And the arms are going to come out either side of you, fingertips on, up on your fingertips. So the arms aren't flat, but arms out either side, or you can have them flat if you like. So moving the cat's tail. From here, we're going to lift that left foot, and I want you to roll onto the right shoulder. All the way over, let that left foot go behind you. And we're opening the chest, opening that shoulder. And slowly come back to center. We're going to take that to the other side, lifting the right foot, and we're going to roll onto that left, letting that foot come behind. And then slowly come back to center. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Bring yourself back up onto all fours. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. From here, bring the toes together, put the knees out as wide as the mat. Coming into a thread the needle pose. So inhale, we're going to send that left arm out. Exhale, we're going to thread it through underneath the right, bringing that head and shoulder down to the mat or onto the block or a cushion. And then that right hand can go out in front or behind your back, whichever feels better for you. If you've got it behind your back, maybe see if you can grab that opposite hip for a little extra shoulder stretch. Slowly coming back to center. We're going to bring that right hand underneath the shoulder. Bring yourself back up and we'll take that straight to the other side. Inhale in, the right arm out. Exhale, send it underneath the left, threading it through, bringing that head and shoulder down. And again, the left hand can go out in front or behind your back. And again, see if you can grab that opposite hip if you've got it behind your back. Breathe into that stretch. Your head and your shoulder can bring a block or a cushion underneath your head if this feels really uncomfortable. And then slowly coming back. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Walk the knees back underneath. And from here, bring the elbows down underneath where the hands were. So elbows underneath the shoulders. If you're not sure if you've done that, if you can grab opposite elbows, then your elbows are in the right place. If not, shift them so that you can. From here, we're going to stretch the legs out long so that you're lying on your front and you come up into a Sphinx pose. So, and then from here, so there's a wall in the way for me, but in a plug socket. But if you bring your toes together and the heels out, and then we're just going to turn to the left to look towards the bottom of the mat. Come back up to center. Inhale and an exhale. Twist to look towards the bottom of your mat to the right. Come back to center. Inhale, exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Bringing yourself back up to all fours. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Now then, making sure your index fingers are pointing towards the top of the mat. Claw through the fingertips to protect the wrists. And we're just going to scoop the elbows so that the back of the elbows also facing the front of the mat. And so by doing this, we're rotating the shoulders, getting that external shoulder rotation. Turn the toes under. Send it up into a downward dog and pedal the feet. Now then, keep all of that, keep the elbows forwards, fingers towards the top of the mat, clawing through the fingertips. Find a little soft bend in the elbows, like a micro bend, pushing the hips up towards the ceiling. We're going to have 3 breaths here. And lower the knees down. 1 breath. Send it straight back up. And from here, we're going to lower the elbows down. Coming into a dolphin pose. Arms parallel to each other. Relax the head and the neck. And slowly lower the knees down. Come all the way, walk the hands up, come up onto your knees. Just going to come to the centre of the mat. And again, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. Push the knuckles down and away. Send the gaze up towards the ceiling. And slowly release. Lower the shoulders out. Okay, so we've got one more stretch before we're done. So if you've got a block, or if you have anything shaped like a brick, it's not a brick, but quite hard, you can use your blanket in a sense, but this technique works a little bit better with something that's tough. But if you are using your blanket, roll it up, or maybe wrap something in your blanket, maybe wrap some books up in the blanket so it's a bit harder. That could work. Or maybe just use a book or two books. So it's going to go, so we're going to lie flat on our backs. Go this way. Make sure you've got your block or your blanket where you can reach it. Now then, bringing the legs out long. So I'll try it with the blanket, see how effective that is. It's going to go in between the shoulder blades. So placing it underneath the heart space. This could work. Letting the chin go back. And the arms down by your sides, palms facing up. So it does kind of work with the blanket, but I do recommend wrapping something up in the blanket, because it does have more of an effect with something hard. So wrapping your shoulder blades around that blanket, book or block, whatever you've chosen, box, anything, finding it in the right place. Really wrap the shoulder blades around that block. I just can't seem to get it right. So this is a supported fish pose, but the block that's given us support is actually a good technique to work out any knots or tightness in the rhomboids. Bring that area back. So it can be quite, so it's supposed to be uncomfortable. Constantly wrapping the shoulder blades around that block, or books, or even if it's a toy, as long as you can get your shoulder blades around it and it props you up slightly, it'll do. So yeah, I do try to use props that everyone will have at home, rather than yoga blocks, yoga straps, wheels, things like that, because not everyone has those. Can't tell people to go and buy them. Not right now. So I like to try and use household items. So ignore the cat. Yeah. So anything you can think of that could work, give it a try. A few more breaths here. Still wrapping those shoulder blades around the block. And slowly remove the block or the toy or the books and slowly lower all the way down to the mat. And just feel the difference. Sink down. Close your eyes. And let the breath go back to normal. Relax the jaw. Soften through the face. And allow the body to feel heavy and sink down. And before we go, gently bring the knees up towards the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and gently rock from side to side. That should feel really nice on the lower back. And then slowly bring yourself back up into a comfortable position. Bring the palms together and bring them to that third eye chakra between the eyebrows. Take a big deep breath in and exhale. Namaste. Thank you for taking the time to take part in this video.